Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from zero to hero if you are new to this game. Now, we've completed the tutorial in the previous video and we're at Port Tresla. We've set our spawn location through the medical clinic. We have nothing on us, literally just our flight suit, and we have 40,000 credits, which is what we get for completing the beginner's tutorial. So with that being said, we're going to go to our contracts tab and we're going to look at the opportunities that we currently have. Now in 4.0.2, which is what we're playing on, there aren't many opportunities right now. We can't really do bounty hunting to start with. We could, but we're not going to. We can't really do salvaging effectively. We can't really do hauling effectively because we need to be able to move 6 SCU of cargo, and that's in our starter ship. That's 2 runs, and the service beacons are players that need medical assistance. So we're going to focus at the moment on the mercenary tab, of which there are a few options, but the one that we're looking for specifically is the security contractor evaluation. Now, depending on where you are, if you're in New Babbage, it will be from MT Protection Services. But you will have a security contractor evaluation, and that is what we're going to accept. Now, you don't need to buy any armor, any guns. In fact, you don't need to buy anything. You can go here in a starter ship with 0 credits, completely naked. We're, however, going to use those starter credits from the mission that we did for the introduction, and we're going to head into the medical clinic. The reason we're going to do this is there is one tool that you should always have with you at all times. Come to this display here, scroll down and pick up a Paramed medical device. You should always have one of these on you at all times. You will find some out in the wild, but it does make sense to buy one when we're starting. Next, we're going to take the elevator and we are going to head to the cargo center. So heading inside, picking up cargo center, and every space station outside of a planet will have a cargo center. So we're going to go to the left hand side to cargo services, and then we're going to head over here to supplies. Now currently there are a couple of people on the screen, so we need to just wait a minute. Unfortunately it's a bit busy. And whilst we're waiting for that, I'm just going to run you over to the other side so you can look at the rentals department. Here we have the opportunity to be able to rent ships. And our initial goal is to save up enough money to be able to rent the Drake Cutlass Black. This is what we're going to be using in our next video. But for the first hour in our starter ship, we don't need this. So, for now, we're going to head over to here and we're just going to wait for one of these guys to move so we can use one of these terminals. Okay, that guy's just popped off, so now we can jump on here. There's a few things that we're going to buy. The first thing that we're going to buy in personal weapons is a pyro multi-tool. This is the second must-have device. The first is a med gun, the second is the multi-tool. So we're going to buy one of these because you absolutely must have one, with a true hold tractor beam attachment. We're going to also quick buy that. These two are non-negotiable. You should always have them on you at all times. So from here, we're going to come up to armor and we are going to go to categories and select backpacks. From here, there are 3 options. We have a heavy, a medium and heavy, and all. What this means is you need to be wearing armor to put on a backpack. With this backpack, you can wear it with light, medium, or heavy armor. With this backpack, you can only wear it with medium and heavy armor, and with this backpack, you can only wear it with heavy armor. We're going to go ahead and buy this backpack right now. We're just going to buy one of these, but we don't have the heavy armor. Now, we could buy that heavy armor if we wanted to. It would be a torso, and it would cost us 5,500 credits. But we don't really have that many credits, and we don't really want to waste 5,500 credits right now when we don't need to. So we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is go down to utility and we are going to buy a 2 SCU container. Now, SCU is a unit of measure within this game, and we can buy a 1, 2, 4, or 8 here. But the 4 and the 8 will not fit on our starter ship. The 2 will. And that's it. That's all we need at this stage. So we have a med pen, a multi-tool, we have a container. We also have a backpack, and we don't actually need anything else at the moment. So now we can take this elevator back to the hangars and habs. And we've taken the contract, so we now need to head to the data center. We've set our spawn location inside the medical clinic, so that's done. On the insurance terminal. And so now we can go ahead and just select our starter ship. Now, the Nomad is not a ship that I would have offered. It's just because of this test version, it's giving it to me. But you'll only have the ships that you've actually purchased at this point, which should be the RSI Aurora. It may also be the Mustang, but I recommend the Aurora. And now we're going to go ahead and jump in our ship. The reason that I recommend the Aurora is because the Mustang has a loading animation on the cargo. It takes a little bit longer, and so it's better not to have that. Okay, so now we're in our hangar. Before we get into our ship, we have to go over to our storage access. Here we have to select the items that we're going to be picking up. So we're going to put our medical device. Now, bearing in mind, we can either put this in our hand. Or we can put it on our tool belt. But because we haven't got any armor on, we can only have one or the other. And the problem at the moment is we can't put our backpack on because we don't have armor. We can only choose between one or the other. We've put on our multi-tool with our tractor beam because we're going to need to use that, and the SCU container is too large to get out, so we can't do anything with these 3 items here. All we can do is get our multi-tool, which is we press number 5, we get this out, and we can press left click, we've got our tractor beam. This is a must-have item. What we need to do now is come over to the freight elevator. This is for larger items in your hangar. We press F, and we're going to lower the elevator, so we'll see that elevator now go down. Once it is down, we can now take the items, which is going to be our container, our backpack, and our medical device, and we're going to lift them up. Now they will come up through the freight elevator. And we can do a couple of things now. The first thing we can do is pick up our backpack and carry it. Now the problem we have is we can't actually do anything else with it, but we can press F to access the storage container. Now we're in the storage container, we hold down the right mouse button and scroll around, and we can drag this backpack into our container. The backpack is now in our container. We can do the exact same thing with the med gun. So we press F on the container, scroll around, grab the gun, and put it in here for now. So both of these items are now in here. We can grab our multi-tool, and we can pick it up. Now we can lock it into place by dropping it. We can use middle mouse wheel to zoom out and zoom in. We can press the R key to rotate this around, and we can move it to where we want it to go. And we're going to throw it over here, take it to our ship. Now, if we have a look at our ship, you'll see there is some storage underneath here. What we're going to do is pick this up. We're going to rotate it around. We're going to use the middle mouse wheel, and we're going to offer it underneath our ship. It will lock into place where we can let go, and it's now snapped into place. Our ship now has cargo. Some bigger ships have cargo built in because this is a starter ship. Doesn't really have much at all. And if this is your first time looking at this ship, you have 2 entrances, which we can jump into. There is a bed at the back that you can get into if we want to lie down. We can do that. Hold Z to have a little look around. As you can see, there's windows here. Not really much else that we can do at this stage except for get up. But you can sleep there, and we can get into our chair. Okay, now at this point, we're going to be heading out. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to do Alt and N to open up the door. We're going to press I, spacebar to take off. N for landing gear, hold down B to go into navigation mode, and we're good to leave. So once the door's open, we can head out. And we're going to go down towards Microtech. So what we're looking for is Microtech. We're going to wait for the calibration on our quantum travel. We'll head down to Microtech first, because we have to be on the planet's surface. Now we're here, we can head to our location, which is over here. 1.2 million meters away. And now we're going to quantum travel to this location. Quantum travel will always leave us 25 kilometers outside of our target. We'll have to manually fly the rest of the way in. So what we'll do is in navigation mode, we'll start to head in. And as we get a bit closer, we'll switch to shield just to slow us down. Now the planet's gravity in the atmosphere is going to naturally slow us down, so we can go in quite quick. But bearing in mind, if you're on a moon or a different planet, you can go hurtling into the planet's surface. You have to keep an eye on your height and your distance. You can do that by using the bar just to the right of the central column, this one here. We're currently 11 kilometers up. So we are going to fly in using our boost. Getting in as quick as we can at this stage. And what you need to understand about data centers is they're either going to be friendly or hostile. Now this is an evaluation, which is a friendly bunker. We're defending the bunker. That means the turrets at the bunker are going to be friendly. If the turrets are not friendly, it will tell you on approach. When you are within 2 kilometers, those turrets that we can now see will start firing, and in a starter ship, they will destroy you. You can kill the turrets, and in bigger ships it's much easier to do so, but to start off with, we want to avoid anywhere where there's turrets. Now because this is a Microtech controlled area, and we're currently not in bad standing with Microtech, we can head into this area. Now you can see as we're heading in, it's quite low visibility, it's night time, we can't see very well, but you do get an idea of this facility. So what we're looking at here, through this kind of frosted and also wet glass, is the front of the bunker. Now I'm going to put my landing gear down, and what we're going to do is have a quick look. So what we're looking for is the entrance to this bunker. You can see, if I press the L key to turn my lights on, there's actually people outside, and this is what we're looking for. These are the bad guys. Now the reason you can come here naked is because we can just start shooting these guys. And we need to, first and foremost, press and hold B to put our shields up so we can now fire our weapons. And then we can go ahead and we can shoot these people. So what we're looking at is in the top right, it says hostiles remaining, and there's 73%. So once the hostiles remaining goes down, then we know we've killed them. Got to make sure you do get them. And this guy's actually got back up, so he's not dead, so we can go again. When you kill them, they'll make a noise and they'll drop their guns. So if he hasn't made a noise or dropped his gun, he's not dead. Just need to kill him a couple more times. He's actually got back up, as you can see. Okay, so we're going to go for this next guy here. If we get a bit closer, they will start shooting at us. %46 now, and that also means that the security guards are doing their job as well. Alright, now because there's only a few left, we can actually see where they are. You get the yellow markers when there's only a few left to kill. So, we're going to kill this guy. Then you hear the noise, that means he's died. Careful not to hit the bunker, because if you were to hit the bunker, you will get the turrets, they will start shooting at you. There's a guy over here. Okay, now he's dead. There's another one over this side, just here. I'm just going to fly over here a little bit so we can see him. Once we've got him in our sights. Okay, now he's dead. The only other two are going to be downstairs underneath. So we're going to go down. The way we're going to do that is first we're going to land our ship. Now the way we're going to do this is we're actually going to turn our ship around and we're going to back our ship up. The reason we're going to do that is because then the access for the cargo is by the bunker entrance, and that's kind of what we want. So, bringing this down, turning our thrusters off, pressing Y to get out of our seat. There's only 13% hostiles remaining, which means there's only one guy left, which is good. We're going to go down and get him. So, heading outside now. There should be no bad guys here. These guys have all died. Now, these guys that have died are probably going to have dropped a gun. So we can have a look around. One of them would have dropped a gun, and we can pick that gun up. We've now got 60 rounds, so we're protected. So now we can go around and see, did any of these guys have any armor? Now, in this case, no. Right, the security have done our job for us and killed everyone downstairs. That's actually really nice for us. That means we've now got 30 minutes to leave this area. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to head downstairs. And we'll go and thank the security for their job. But no, what we're actually going to do, we come down here to sub-level 1. We now have 30 minutes. Now, normally we would come down here and kill any of the remaining hostiles. But because the security forces have helped us, we don't need to do that. We're just going to come down and loot. At the moment, we don't have anything on us, just a gun. So, we're going to come down here and we're going to look for all of the guys that have been killed. So, these are friendly guys. These are the guys that have helped us. And here we go. Here's our first guy who's died. And he's got some armor on him. There's also a guy here that's died. Another guy here that's died. Gonna keep going down, having a look. Another guy there. Alright. And another guy down here. Now what we're looking for at the moment are the guys with armor on. Look at that. Loads more guys here. But we're looking at what type of armor they're wearing. And we're seeing if we can find anyone that's actually wearing heavy armor. Now in this instance, they're not. They're all wearing light or medium armor. And you'll get to learn, you'll get to tell as you play this game more. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to find one of these guys, any one of them, it doesn't matter. We're going to press F. We're going to open up our inventory. And we can see that we've got our gear on. Okay, but he's also got his gear. So what we could do at this stage is we could put our multi-tool, if we wanted to, in the backpack of his legs. We can actually leave the gun there. We can take our helmet off and we can take off our undersuit. So now we're in our pants. Now we can drag across the undersuit of the enemy, put it on, and we will pick up all of his gear. We can put his gun on our backpack, and we now have medium armor with medium legs and medium arms. Now, unfortunately, this isn't the heavy armor that we wanted, so this isn't going to help us right now. If we look at this guy, if you want to look at his gear, the easiest way to tell is how many magazine slots it's got. 4 slots is low, 6 slots or 8 slots. That's the difference between low, medium, and... Oh, okay, he's not going to shoot me. I thought he was going to shoot me then. We can also look around for any boxes like this red one here. This is a box we can loot. So if we open this, this may contain something like legs. We could typically pick that up as well. Now, because we don't have any of the heavy armor at the moment, we can't put our backpack on. There's another box here. We can check this one out. Might be worth looting. This one, again, doesn't have any gear that we can take in terms of heavy armor. And so we need to just understand that here, you guys here that seem to have died together, but again, no heavy armor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the surface and we're going to pick up our SCU container. Because what we don't want to do is waste an opportunity whilst we have all of this gear. And we could have brought this down in the first place. If you remember on our leg, this is where we put our multi-tool. Now we have 2 slots because we have armor on. Now the guys up top didn't have any armor, so we're not really going to worry about these guys. And there's not really many guns up here, so we're not going to worry about these either. But we're going to take our box and we're going to bring this downstairs. So you have to be very careful when you do this to bring it through this blast hatch. Making sure you don't do what I just did there. And you're going to try it very carefully just to get this through the door sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. Once you're through the first door, you're going to try and do the same thing again, making sure that you don't catch the blast door. It could make it a little bit bigger for us, but I think they like to see us suffer. We'll place this on here, and we're going to head back down. Now, there's no bad guys down here. There could be other players. There's no bad guys. So what we're going to do in this instance is we're going to put the guns in the backpack. We've got the multi-tool in our hand. So now what we can do is take all of the gear that we had on. We can take it off. Back down to our pants. We're going to pick up this box, bring it inside. And I think you've guessed it. If you haven't by now, we're going to loot. So because everybody's died, it's going to be nice and easy to do this. We'll just bring it over this side for now. We don't need to move it too far. We'll just place this just down here. Okay. So we're looking for these guys. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to click loot, open inventory, drag the undersuit to put it on, grab the gun as well, and then we're going to head up and put it into this box. Now there was another gun here, so we'll grab this. So now we have 2 guns. And we don't need the multi-tool at the moment. So all we're going to do is anything here, we'll move this across. So we'll take anything out of the legs and the core armor. It's the best thing to do. And then we're just going to drag everything else across. So both the guns, the helmet. If we drag the legs across, it will move everything else anyway. So everything's now in here. We're back down to being naked again. We're going to look for the next guy, and we're just going to rinse and repeat until we've picked up. We're not looking for these guys because this stuff's not really worth anything. We can pick up this gun, so we've got a gun here. There is actually another gun there. But we're looking for the armor sets at the moment. That's what we're interested in. For 2 reasons. Number 1, we can sell it. We can actually sell the armor to make money. Number 2 is that if we die, we've got spare sets of armor. So we might want to keep it as well. Right, another guy here. We'll press F. Exactly the same things. We've got into this little routine now. It's quite simple. Pick all this gear up. Put the gun on the back. Okay, and then head back up. I think there was some stuff in this box. We'll just check what was in here. We can take all. Now we can put this in our backpack here. We don't really need these, but we could take them. There is actually another gun there, so we'll grab that one in a minute. Here we're going to move all of this stuff across. And the same thing. So guns come across. Armor comes across. You have to take off all the armor before you can take off the undersuit. We're going to leave the undersuit on. The reason for that is because we want to put the helmet on. So, come back to this box. And we should be able to loot it. At which point we can hold down left shift, but on the... Okay, that didn't work, so we'll grab that anyway. We can carry that by hand. We can equip it by pressing left mouse. Okay, coming back over here. Do the same thing. That gun, the undersuit. We'll take the undersuit off, it will take off the helmet as well. It's good. Now this guy doesn't have anything on him, so we're not going to worry about him. There's a gun here, but there's nothing on this guy. Okay, this guy has some gear. We can take this gear. Again, this is medium armor, so we'll take that. And on the way back up, we'll grab this second gun that we saw. There's actually a pistol here as well that we can grab if we want to. I don't know if it's going to let us because we can't pick that up. So if we can't pick it up, it's fine. We're not going to waste our time. Guns are normally worth a couple of 1,000 credits. They're not. It's not worth our time to stress, and we're trying to be efficient here. So at the start, whilst we don't have much money, this is really good. However, it's not the best way to make money. So it's a good way to start. Helps us get kits when we don't have any. And what this should teach you is that there's no such thing in this game as gear fear. The reason for that is because it's very, very easy to come and do this mission. And as you can see, in just a few moments, we've got 10 sets of gear. So we don't have to worry about gear. We don't have to worry about buying guns. We definitely don't have to worry about buying ammo or armor or anything like that. We've got guns, both SMG, we've got AR rifles, there's shotguns, pistols, and if you're lucky, LMGs as well. Now in the starter bunker, you're probably going to get weak gear. You might get lucky. The focus right now is on grabbing all of this gear. Simply just putting this into this container. Okay. Now for efficiency, you would normally not pick up the arms, the legs, or the undersuits. It's just simply not worth it. You would only pick up the guns and then the helmets. But because we have nothing at the moment, we just want to be able to pick everything up. So, undersuit again. Pick up the gun. I don't think that's a second gun, but no, it's not the first one. It just looked like a second gun. Okay. So taking us about 10 minutes so far, but we've got lots of time, as you can see. Very easy to go through and do this. You don't have to do everything. We're at 44% capacity at the moment on this. Now I think there might have been one more, so we're going to run down and just have a quick look. You do run faster when you're naked as opposed to having heavy armor on. It does slow you down a bit. You can double click this as well, but we're just going to drag it across, grab the gun. Okay, now. Oh, there's one more guy there. There's another guy there. So, actually have two more guys to look at. And this guy's actually got a multi-tool on him. So we can actually pick that multi-tool up as well. We've got another multi-tool now. It's good to have. So we'll come and grab those two guys. And then we're done. This guy's got a multi-tool as well. We'll grab that. 2 extra multi-tools, which is always good. We just need to buy the tractor beam attachments for them now. Okay. Now with these multi-tools, I'm actually going to put these inside the core armor. Now I know I said not to do this, like not to have stuff in the core armor, but these won't have the tractor beam attachment that we want on them. The problem with stuff being inside leg and core armor is when you take it off, it stays inside. Like this one here, you can see has 37% inside it. That means when I look, there's stuff inside here. Now the problem with this, or the problem that we're going to have, is that if we were to sell that armor and there was something inside it, we'd lose what's inside it. And so you want to make sure that all of your armor, legs and chest is empty. It's just a good habit to get into. So again, open inventory, back across, grab the gun. And we kind of got one more guy to do, which is that guy there. We'll come back down, grab him, get his stuff, and then we're complete. There was another pair of legs, but we're not going to worry about those again. We're not trying to min-max at this stage. We're just getting some starter gear for us. In fact, we don't even need to go down. We could go and get the last guy. We don't need to. We're going to leave him at that point, I think. No, actually, do you know what? We will. We'll go and get it. Because then we'll leave that gear on. That'll be the gear that we wear. Go on, mate. You go first. Thank you. Okay. So this will be the gear that we're wearing. With the gun that we're going to take. And this is the AR rifle, which is good to have. We need to pick up our multi-tool. Now remember, we had 3 multi-tools, but one of them is the tractor beam attachment. And the one that we want is the one that is in the box here. So, Going to look inside the box. Going to find this multi-tool. We're going to put it on our hip. And then we're going to use this. Let's take it outside. Careful not to kill the guy, because we will get a crime stat, and we don't want that. Careful with the box. Oh, there is actually another one right here. Didn't see this one. Did I get that one? No, I missed this. This has got a few other things on it. So, shotgun there. Magazine, which is handy. And a Gallant rifle, which is nice to have. So, just for a moment, let's just take this out. Put the shotgun there. Then we'll turn around and we'll pick out from this box that rifle. Always nice to pick up. We don't really need those. I guess we could, if we wanted to, take them. So that would just be a case of, we'll put the rifle in there. We can also put the legs in there as well. But now we're going to lose the tractor beam. Oh no, we've got it in our hand. We're okay. There we go, and we can put these on instead. Alright, so this is what we look like. So we've got light armour on, medium armour. So we're okay. Not ideal, but it's a good start. Now we're going to take this up. Put it back on the elevator. Up to the surface level, and that is the first 30 minutes, and that is the first mission complete. Now what we can do, if we press F1, is we can go to contracts, go to offers, go to mercenary, and now we have new opportunities. For this video, we're going to do one more defend occupants. We're going to accept that offer, and we're going to go to another data center. Now, because this is defend occupants, it is the exact same bunker run. This is known as bunker running. It is a way to go from 0 to hero. We now have an unlimited supply of clothing, armor, guns, ammo, medical supplies, everything we need. All we need to do is just come and run a couple of these and we'll get paid. So, alright, that's now on there. Nothing else we need at this stage. There's a guy over there. It's not really important. We're just going to take off. Chances of you finding another player here are slim. Maybe in the future, it's possible. But you should always close the door on your ship so no one can steal it. But you want to make sure that you're in and out, and always protect yourself because you just never know. And we are in a monitored zone, so we shouldn't, hopefully, get into a fight with anybody. Landing gear up, shields off, and up to space. We need to leave the atmosphere by 11.5 kilometers. That will allow us to quantum travel. Because we're on a planet's surface, we should quantum travel straight to the next bunker. There we go, we've left private property. That first mission is now complete. We also got paid for that mission, by the way, which is good. And so now, we need to do 2 of these missions, because depending on if we look at how much money we've got 67,000 now, which is actually more than enough. We're just going to do one more, just to show you, before we head back. Alright, so now we're online. We just look for the next mission. And there we go. We can quantum travel to that 1 million meters away. Okay, simple as that. That will leave us 25 kilometers out. We're just going to rinse and repeat exactly what we've done. Same thing again. And then after that, we're going to head back up to Port Tresla. We're going to store all of our items. We'll sell what we don't need. And that's the initial video done, showing you how to bunker run. Now, what's important is once you complete the initial security contracts, if I'm to press F1 to have a look inside our reputation, we now have reputation with Microtech. We're completed our applicant stage. That was the evaluation. We are now a security trainee. Every time we complete a bunker, we'll get reputation. We need to complete about 8 bunkers to level up. It's important to understand this because the contracts that are available at the moment in the mercenary tab, through MT Protection Services, there's only a couple of options. See, this is Northrock, Foxwell, Hurston. So what we're looking for are MT Protection Services. There's Wildlife Control and there's the Defend Occupants. Once we level up and we get out of this reputation bracket, we're going to have different contracts and we will no longer have friendly bunkers. The bunkers that we approach on the next level are going to be hostile bunkers, which means that when we get within 2 kilometers, the turrets will start to shoot us. You'll know that because in the top left you'll see a red exclamation mark and it will tell you you're in hostile territory. So what you'll have to do at that point is either take out the turrets, which in a starter ship you can't do, or what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to park 2 kilometers away and walk in, unless you've got a bigger ship that can hold a ground vehicle that you can use to get in. So just bear that in mind. These bunker missions, nice and easy, just a way of getting you started into the game. Now, bunkers are all the same. You'll see that circle there at the back. So there's a circle at the back of the building. The other side is the gate or the entrance ramp, and that's what we're looking for. We've put our landing gear down so we're going nice and slow. What we're looking for at the moment are any bad guys. So we can see there's a few bad guys here at the front. There's a few there, they've got armor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take these guys out. First one dead, nice and easy. Second one do the same thing. One here as well. Oh, no, they got back up. Alright, let's... Alright, we heard the noise. He definitely died that time. Same thing, we're listening for the screams. There was a guy just over here, so... Didn't hear him scream that time, so he might get back up. So we'll just... Wait for that dust. Yep, he's still there, look. Now he's dead. We heard him die that time. Alright, and there's 2 guys here as well. If we program this carefully, we should be able to get them both at the same time. Okay, one of them I don't think died, maybe. No, see, he's getting back up. Alright, let's just... Now he's dead. Alright, so we're going to do exactly the same thing. However, this time, it's going to be a little bit more efficient. The reason for that is because we're going to land. Now again, we could turn this around, but for now, I'm going to leave that container on the back of my ship. The reason for that is I'm going to head out. I'm going to put everything in that container. Everyone should be dead here, but we're going to just double check, make sure. Don't want any nasty surprises. We can press T to turn on our flashlight. And look, there's a guy here. So what we'll do is we'll put everything that we've got here into the back here. Okay. Including the gun. We're going to run up to the guys at the front. This guy here. Grab his gear. So we'll do this one first whilst we're outside. Okay, that medium armor set, exactly the same as before. However, this guy is wearing heavy armor. I can tell you might not be able to, but it's a bit bulkier, it's a bit bigger. But this guy's got heavy armor on and an LMG, which is brilliant. Because that's what we wanted, the heavy armor and the LMG. So what we're going to do, we'll take all of these guns, armor, ammo, everything here. We're almost full, by the way, at the moment. Almost up to 100%. So let's just go and grab the 2 guys at the front that we saw. Because these guys also have heavy armor. I believe. I'm going to just double check. No, these are medium armor. I apologize. I was wrong. This is medium armor. But we'll still grab it anyway. Just a different armor set. Okay, move everything out of here. Put all of this down. We'll do the last one. There was a guy over this side as well that we saw. This guy, yeah, this guy's medium as well. You can get used to seeing whether they're medium or heavy or not. Don't forget to grab the gun. Right, I think we're pretty much at 100% now. Which is great. 95. 97. There we go. We're at 100%. We can't even get the helmet in there. We can. We can't get the undersuit. We're going to leave the undersuit on the floor. We're at 100% now. So, what we're going to do is grab this guy's gear. And we're going to put this on. You see this has got the 8 slots, which we know means it's heavy. Open up the inventory, pull it across. We're now wearing heavy gear with an LMG. Because we've got heavy gear on, we can come back to this, open it up, and we can now put on our backpack. So we put our backpack on. We can also grab our multi-tool, so we'll put that on, not that we need it, but we'll put it on anyway. And we can grab our med gun. We are now kitted out exactly as we want to be. We have a full set of gear, a backpack. We have a med gun, we have our pyro multi-tool, and an LMG. If we really wanted to, we can add these, which are in the core armor, onto our belt. So now we have absolutely everything. The only thing we're missing now is just a few more rounds and also some grenades. So what we're going to do is grab this guy, and rather than what we were doing before, we can grab a couple of extra magazines. That's okay. So we can just grab these. And we can grab this gun. So we've got a spare gun. So we can grab that. Grab this. Nothing else here we really need at the moment. So let's go open inventory. And what we're going to do is grab his helmet and put it into our backpack. Easy. We're going to go downstairs. There's 40% hostiles remaining. So we do have to clear this. But we're not going to waste our time bringing down that container again. We don't need to. This is why we bring down the backpack. So being careful there's no one here, because there might be. We don't want to get shot as soon as we get down, so we're going to just check. Okay, it looks good. You can hear people shooting, but there's no one here, so we're going to run round. Keeping an eye out, looking for guys. Oh, there's a guy there. Really took his... Took a bit of damage there. So because we took a bit of damage, we can just retreat. There's not a problem with doing that. Press 5. Press 5 again, and we'll bring up the gun. Now, to use the gun on ourselves, we have to hold B, and then we're at 100% again. So we've just healed ourselves. Now that guy's got an LMG, so he's obviously going to cause a lot of damage, and we didn't see him, so... Can kind of see a guy over there. Can be sometimes quite hard to see. We can hide behind these boxes if we need to. There's a guy coming this way. Here he is. There's another guy on the other side. Alright, now we can see where they are because there's only a few left. Okay, you can wait if you want to. Just wait. They will come to us. You can see they're running across. One's flanking. So we can just chill. We can wait here. Wait till we get to the other side, and as they come up. Four rounds left. Is that going to be enough to fill this guy in? Nope. Oh, look, we've taken some more damage now, so we're going to press 5. Press it again. And we're going to heal ourselves up to 90% because we've got some injuries. We can't properly heal ourselves. You can see we've got an injury to our arm, and so our max health is now 90%. We keep getting shot in that area, we're going to keep injuring ourselves. There we go. Mission complete. Alright, so we're going to come up to these guys. And what we're going to do is simply... We can go open inventory if we want to. And we're going to take the helmet. And we're going to take the gun. And that's it. That's all we need to do. Just take the gun and the helmet. Nothing else. Medium armor. If we see any heavy armor, we can take it if we want to. If we don't want to take the helmet, we can literally just hold down left shift and grab the rifle itself. Put that into our backpack. We can grab this so we've got some spare rounds. We can't take the helmet unless we press the open inventory. So it really depends on whether you want this helmet or not. These helmets aren't really worth that much. We can have a little look around. The gun's definitely worth taking. Again, we can grab those if we want to. In this case, though, we are going to open up the inventory. Because we've got a bit of space here, we're going to grab this, put it in our backpack. Alright, we don't need anything else. So, we can also come up to the gun itself. It's on the floor. Press and hold F. And it will give us, or it should give us a wheel that we can then use to store it. Or we can pick it up. Once we've picked it up, we can press I. And then we can drag this across into our backpack. And look, we've actually got two here. So we'll put that one in our backpack as well. You cannot put LMGs in a backpack. They are too heavy. Too big. So, can't do it with those. Press and hold F. Go to store. And it will just pick it up straight into the backpack. Again, just makes it a bit easier for us as we're moving stuff around. Press and hold F. Now, we're going to have to equip it because our backpack is full. We don't have enough space. If I press I, we're at 98%. That means we're pretty much done. There's loads more stuff down here, but we can't take it. Now, what we could do is just look for anything that could be heavy or anything that's worth taking. We could run up, dump this, and come back down and do another run. To be honest, if you want to min-max, you can. You're not going to bother. I don't feel like we really need to. It takes too long. And the rewards just aren't that good. So again, I'm not worried about grabbing too much at this stage. Now, you could bring the box down and leave it here if you want to. Our box is full, so there's no point. But when you go to the box, if you, and we'll show you now that how you do this, but you go up to the SCU container, and you can move all from your backpack to the container. So you can just do backpack runs. It is a quicker process, still quite time consuming, which is why you only want to grab the main things. What was really important for me was this heavy armor. If you get a few heavy armor sets, everything else you can sell. And at this stage, what I would normally do is I would press F, open this up, and then, as I said, we can start. This is at 71% at the moment, so now what I can do is I can start moving all of this gear across just to fill this up. Move all is easier if I can do it that way. Okay, now this is at 78%. All of this is here. Now, what I can do, take the twin shotgun, everything else. Now, I could go and do one more run. Just to grab anything that's important. And we'll do this because this is the last run we're going to do at the moment. But you can keep doing these bunker runs. Now, if I press F1, have a look at my reputation. Because I've completed the second mission, you can see now. It takes 8 missions to complete this. So this is a grind that you can do. We've got 112,000 credits. Because we had the starting credits from the tutorial. And plus we've completed this mission twice now. And so we can keep grinding this and get some good money from it. Now all I'm going to do is run around and find any guns on the floor. Not really worried about helmets at this stage, but any guns that I find, I'll pick those up. Not really worried about pistols, they don't really sell for that much. These ARs are great, so press and hold F. Go and store it. Now, as you can see, this is just a much more efficient way. If you're not getting the wheel come up, it's because you've got too many guns on your backpack. So just remove the guns from the backpack, and you'll be able to do this. Okay, there's actually a red box there. I didn't see that before, so we'll just have a quick look inside, see if there's anything worth taking. Alright, there's a sniper rifle, so we'll take the sniper rifle, that's always good. There's a shotgun, we'll take that, that's always good. There's some green core, we can take the green core. See if it's any good. There's nothing else there that's really worth taking, so we're not going to bother. Okay, we can equip that now, so we don't actually have... Because if we look inside our backpack... Now, this is heavy armor, so we want this. It's good to have because it's heavy armor, so we'll keep that. Always good to have heavy core. And that's it, we're full. Now, we can actually pick up a third gun if we want to. But it's a bit awkward how that works, because what you would need to do is you would need to place this on your back. So you've now got 2 guns on your back. And you can now pick up an extra gun. Normally. This one, sadly, isn't going to let us pick it up. Okay. Normally you can do it, but... It's only letting us swap. It's not actually letting us pick it up, so... Okay. Doesn't matter. We're going to leave that gun. Alright, let's head out. We can pick up a pistol if we want to. Equip that. Always good to have a little pistol, just for a couple of rounds in case you need it. And we're pretty full. We're not going to come down again. Now we're done here. But as you can see, doing that run, picking up the guns only, much quicker than messing about, going in the inventory, picking up the helmets. Helmets are great. You get the right helmets, they're worth a couple of thousand credits each. 10 helmets, you know, that's another 20,000 credits you can get. But is 20,000 credits really worth your time? This is where you have to start working out in this game. Now we're started, we know how to get gear. But are there better ways to make money? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. So, what we're going to do, come back across to here. Anything that we can put across, we can just move that we don't want. Now this is... Oh, this is at 105% now, so that's no good. So we're going to leave that. Alright. Let's head up into our ship. And we're going to go back to Port Tresla. At any point, if we die now, or blow our ship up, or get disconnected, or whatever, something goes wrong, we lose everything. That's the risk. So, we're going to take off. Landing gear goes up. Hold B. Shields are off. Look up. Hold shift. Boost up into space. Up to that 11.5 kilometers. And then we're going to look for Port Tresla. And so far, this is about 50 minutes into this video. We've managed to do 2 bunkers. Now, you can do a bunker in about 10 minutes if you're doing an efficient run. Back and forth, you can probably do 4 to 5 bunkers an hour. I would say probably, if you were to say 15 minutes a bunker, shouldn't take that long, but if you said 15 minutes a bunker, you're doing 4 bunkers an hour. Now, if you work out the money that you're getting paid for those bunkers, in terms of contractually, we look at the offers, we're taking about 44k, so 44k there, and we're probably taking another 20 to 40k in loot. So we're doubling what we're getting. So that's about 80k, 15-minute job. Now, if you imagine, that's about somewhere in the region, and I'm not going to say exactly, but about 300,000 credits an hour. All right? So we know that this game loot will make us about 300,000 per hour. That's good to know. So make a note of that, and then what we'll do is head back. So we're going to go to our map. We need to search for the location. Now, the search might not be working. It could be a little bit funny at the moment. Hopefully, it's okay for you when you're playing. But I'm going to click on Port Tresla. We're going to try and route to that location. And if you have any issues and it doesn't route properly, you can just find out where it is you're going to as well. So, we're just going to see if we can locate Port Tresla quickly. Okay, so just found Port Tresla. The map in the test server isn't working at the moment, so the search function, it's a bug that's being fixed. There are a few bugs in the game. You do have to understand that this game is a little bit buggy. The team are working on it. And the reason I'm doing these videos now is because I do believe that the stability being a focus means it is a playable game and you can enjoy it. So even though there's a few bugs at the moment, hopefully they'll be getting fixed. So, we're back at Port Tresla. If you're gonna aim for the Port Tresla, always offset where you're aiming for so you don't fly directly in. We're gonna request landing. Now we'll hold down B. If you fly directly towards Port Tresla and then you're going too quick, you're just going to crash straight into it. So just good practice if you're starting out, just to offset. And then if you overshoot, it's okay. You just fly straight past. Good speed on approach. You can limit your speed as you come in. I tend to use the navigation mode against the combat mode, because combat mode makes me normally go slow enough as I'm coming in. And when I get really close, I just stick down my landing gear, and that makes me go really slow to land. You can actually change the landing gear so that it's not so slow, and then you can be in complete control if you want to of the limiter. For me, I'm quite happy doing it like this. I feel confident. Press N. I'm now at 30 meters a second. If I need to go any further, I can just use a boost, but we're not going to boost this close. Going to come in nice and slow. Okay, and when we land, we're going to flip the ship around. We're going to land it just here like this. Oh, not like that. More like this. Okay. That is a successful couple of missions. You can take the box off the back. I'm going to show you a quick trick. If I put the box in here, even if I log out now, that is not safe. I must come to this control panel and I must lower the box. Now it is transferred to the warehouse. It is safe. I can log out. My gear is safe. Now I can come to this box and I can double click on it to look inside. Now the problem is if I want to access anything inside this box, I have to first double click on the box. If I bring the box up, all of the gear will be inside it. What I can do, however, is select all the gear inside the box and move the gear to the elevator. If I raise the elevator now, I'm going to disconnect those items with that box. Now it is going to bring all of those items up in transit, which is going to take a moment because there was a lot of items. But once they are up, all I simply need to do is lower the elevator again. If I now lower that elevator, all of those items will be sent to the warehouse, but they will not be inside the container. The container now is empty. And if I want to, I can simply bring the container back up and I can use it again and I can rinse and repeat. As you can see now, the container is empty and all of the items are next to it. So, the last thing that I need to do, I've got all of my gear. Everything's in my storage access, so I can just come across to here. I can grab anything I need. So I don't need the PR rifle, I can get rid of that. Everything in the backpack as well, I can just dump that across. So everything is now in here. And look, I've got all of this gear to access anytime I need. I've got all of my gear on me. I'm in a great place. And so for now, we're just going to go and make a little bit more money. And the way we're going to do that is to head downstairs. We'll call the elevator. Oh, it looks like someone else is in the elevator because the elevator is going to someone else's medium hangar. So we're just going to wait a moment. There we go. And now we're going to head to the lobby. There are 4 key areas in every space station. We have the security, which is where we get the ships from. We have the medical center. We have the HABs, which is where we log in and spawn in from. And we have the elevator. The elevator is like orange and teal. So just the 4 key areas to look out for. Now in these elevators, we know the cargo deck. We've been there already. The Galleria, hangar and HAB. Now we're going to go to the Galleria. On some space stations, you'll have refineries. Some space stations, you won't have cargo decks. Now all our gear is safe. We're going to come into here to this terminal. We're going to press F. And we're going to go to sell. Now we'll start with a category of armor. And we'll start with arms. Now as you can see, these arms, they're not really worth that much. We can quick sell them. We can't bulk sell them at the moment. We're getting 300 per set of arms. Not really worth it, which is why I don't recommend picking them up. They take up too much space, and they don't really give you much. If you want a couple of sets of armor, this is great. But medium arms, not really worth that much. Alright, let's have a look at legs. Same for legs. Not really worth it. They take up a lot of space. Don't really give you that much. So, this is why I do not recommend picking them up. It's not very efficient or effective. It's a waste of time. But we are making some money, which is good. So we will go ahead and sell them all. Next thing we're going to look at is helmets. Now, helmets are worth a bit more. This one was the one we started with, 1.5. That's great. We don't need that anymore. These ones, not that much. They're only worth 980. But again, still 1,000 each, which isn't bad. It does take a little while to pick them up, obviously. But, you know, if you think everyone you pick up is worth about 1,000, it's not terrible. And some of the other ones are worth 1,000 as well. So now you know what helmets are worth. A lot lighter, a lot smaller, worth more. Last thing we got is the torsos. Now the heavy is worth 1.7. We're going to keep that because it's always good to have a heavy. Everything else we're going to sell. And this is why I recommend that you empty the components out of this. Now one of these has got 2 multi-tools in it. The problem is, as I sell this, I'm going to lose those multi-tools. And that's okay. I don't mind. But this is why you need to always empty the contents before you come and sell stuff. Alright, so that's it. So the next thing we've got here is going to be undersuits. Undersuits, as you can see, they're just not worth anything. We'll sell them to get rid of them just so we don't have them, but they're just not worth anything. We can keep this one. I don't recommend keep. It's just not worth it. If you die, you spawn with a helmet and undersuit anyway, so you always have one, so you don't need them. It's just if you prefer a different type. Personal weapons. Let's go for weapons itself. Now, these are worth a little bit more. Look, 1.3. They're worth more than everything else. So, this is why... And it's easier to pick the weapons up than anything else, which is why I only pick up weapons. Unless it's heavy armor and I want a set, or I'm picking up helmets, I just don't waste my time. Unless I need a few sets for myself, or I see a gear that I like, I just pick up the guns and I leave everything else, because these give you money. These are the bank right here. And look how many we can pick up. They're quick and easy. They're worth the most. Guns are where it's at. Now the ARs, as you can see, worth 1.3. These are good. Some of the others, the shotgun, 2.2. So if you find shotguns, definitely pick them up. They're worth twice as much as some of the helmets. Sniper rifle that we picked up, 2.4. Some of the other shotguns, some of the SMGs. You get the idea of what this stuff's worth. So already, we're up to nearly 200,000 credits. We've nearly doubled our money already. You can see how much you can make by doing this. Alright, we're going to sell everything because we don't need any of this. We're not going to bother selling the ammo. It's just not worth it. And we know we can very easily just do a quick bunker run if we need to and go and get some more. So the FS9 will keep. Now, we might want to buy some ammo. If we wanted to go to buy personal weapon, let's say we want to buy some attachments, which are going to be weapons. The FS9, 500 credits each, but we might just go and buy a couple of these. Because now we've got loads of rounds. If we get into a fight, we're good to go. Alright, and we've still got the kit that we're wearing. As you can see, we are fully kitted out. In fact, we didn't actually get rid of these ones. We can put those in our backpack. These are the AR magazines. We don't actually need these. We can just drag them straight across. So on our belt clip now. This is how we will always be when we go out. Unless we're going out to a ship that we know we're going to probably die in, we should always be kitted out like this. This is our standard loadout. And this is us ready for anything. So, we are now going to head to the cargo center. And we are going to go back to where we started. But this time, we're going to go to ship rentals. And that is where I'm going to leave you for this video. We're going to stay here. As you can see, we're at 189,000 credits. We've completed a couple of contracts. We're good to go. That is everything done for bunker running. You know what to do now. You know exactly how to make your money. Go and enjoy, grind that game loot. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video where we'll do some different mission types. Take care. I'll see you soon.